Hi, Karen Rao Carter here. It's time for Feng Shui Stories. This is where you can learn some Feng Shui tips from the stories of my clients and the consultations that I've done in the past. This particular story is about a woman who needed both of her knees replaced, and she was over 100 pounds overweight. Her doctor said you need to lose the weight to get the knees, and the workout person said you need to get the knees to lose the weight. She was in a quandary, so she called me. I went to her house, and what I noticed was how old the stuff was in her house based on, compared to her age. I'm saying she was probably late 50s, but the house felt like great grandma's house or something like that. Her husband was ill as well. He had Epstein-Barr. And she was desperate to lose the weight and get the new knees so she could walk. She was very tender with even walking, kind of shuffling along. And she appeared to be older than her age. Her home seemed to be older than her age. And there was nothing that felt vibrant and healthy in it. And, if you've read my books, Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life, it's about moving the stuff around or making a shift to change your life to get the results. And I'm looking at the stuff in her house. It just didn't seem healthy. It just didn't seem vibrant. It just didn't seem like it could handle like a big, physical makeover, right? Like get in with your fitness class and whatever. It just seemed like sit on the rocking chair. It was just very still, very old. The antiques were so old. All the varnish was kind of like black, like the shellac on it or whatever. It's so dark. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you have too much of something and not enough of another thing, then you get out of balance. So in the Feng Shui world, there's not like this is right and that is wrong. It's thinking, how is life showing up for you? Then we'll know if you have too much of this and not enough of that. Okay, so I'm not saying antiques are bad, anything like that. I'm saying for her, she needed to become more youthful, move more vibrant, more alive, more energy. And her house was very still and very old and very tired, like feeling like that. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Now, if I were to take a quick shortcut in somebody's Feng Shui world, I say get rid of all this stuff and replace it with energizing workout, stuff. And they'd be like, no, that's crazy talk right there. That's what I'd hear. So anyway, I'm looking around the house. They were Civil War reenactment people. So looking back at the past, she was like a spinner and he was, I don't know, a soldier, I guess, of whatever army they were portraying, whatever side they were portraying in the Civil War. And so that was under their bed. So they had Civil War reenactment stuff under their bed. Everything that they had in their house was inherited. She was the last remaining person in the family tree. So she inherited it all, came down to her. And a lot of people feel guilty that they have to take it on, that they have to honor it, that they have to keep it, save it for the future generations. And what I say about that is that's fine if you can handle it and if life is working for you. If it's not, then we need to discuss. Watch out when people that have never been to your house, that are long since died, have now become the interior designers of your house, picking out the furniture for your house. Does it really work for you? Somebody who's doing a custom home for you, would they pick that piece for you when you tell them what you want to do in your life and that why you're creating a custom home for you, custom to your lifestyle? Look at some of these antiques and things that you've inherited. Does it work in your lifestyle? Does it fit you? Is it a custom piece for you? If not, it's just clutter. Might be time to let go of the guilt. Let go of the guilt and watch the newfound freedom happen. Bigger, easier said than done. Make a shift, change your life. Part 1 can help with that. So we went about, and I was looking through the house, and I'm like looking at all the stuff from the past, and I found this little Polaroid picture in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom. And I said, who's this? And she's like, oh, that's us on our wedding day. And it was total hippie. She had the daisy thing around her hair, and he had the afro kind of thing looking. And it was just like a bizarre picture to see. And I just looked at it and I just went, where did the hippies go? Because I think these two people in here, this is the energy we're looking for. This stuff is great grandmaville here. They're ready for an adventure. And she just kind of shook and she was like, oh my God, I totally get what you're saying. I look around now, it's all great grandma. And I'm wanting this energy of about the time I was married. So we went about changing that. So she took on, I said, are these your pieces, or are you the holder of the inherited stuff? I said, make them yours. And so she started painting these antiques. Oh my gosh. Like every little, I'm trying to look at something if I could hold it up. Like each bureau was like 9 different, it looked like the Partridge Family bus. If you're, if you want a throwback example, there's like red, teal, yellow. It was just wild colors that she painted some of these pieces with. So she really started to own them and give them an energy that suited what she was looking for. I'm not saying everybody has to paint their antiques like the Partridge Family bus. I'm saying that for her, she understood that vibrance and youthfulness is going to pay off for her. Okay? So she went about redoing all this. She went and she plunked down a year's worth of training at a fitness gym. She has no idea how. She's like, here, I'm putting you in charge of this. So she surrendered it, gave it to somebody else. She hired me. She hired the fitness trainer. She's like, you guys are in charge of getting me back in shape, back to life, so I can get these knees replaced. And so he took it on and he said, okay. So long story short, they started kayaking because it only used upper body strength and her knees could just be sitting in the kayak. And so he started training with her out kayaking. Then she started competing and getting in these competitions, 100-mile down the Colorado River kayak races and stuff. And I mean, if you would have met her in the beginning, you'd be like, that's not going to be her. She's like a Southern belle, she's just very slow moving, just very deliberate, just very fun youthfulness inside there, you could tell, but physically just had a slower energy about her. And that certainly changed. Long story short, they sold the home that they were in. They got a new home. They hired me to come and do the new home. And when I showed up, the garage door was open because she was doing something in the garage. So I just walked in the garage door and I was like, hi, I'm here. And I was like, wow, what's all this stuff? And she had a garment rack over here with wetsuits drying from the kayak run this morning, a big old bucket of oars for all the different scoop sizes of water, depending on the water conditions. I mean, she was into it. And she had all these caps on the wall with all the races that she was a part of. She had these protein goo packs. So when she was in the races, she didn't have to stop to eat. She would just squirt protein in her mouth. I don't know. And I'm looking at all this stuff and how different her stuff was in her house. Then I went into the house and it was just a young kind of contemporary vibe. The antique pieces were like, she picked out the ones that worked in her new home. The rest, I don't know where they went. They're gone. She had the right pieces for the right place in her home. She finally claimed it as her home, not the depository for all things inherited. So next thing you know, she's got her new knees. She's lost all the weight. She's competing. She dropped from the 50 and over to the 35 and over class because she was getting bored with the competition at 50 and over. So she actually put herself in a harder class. So she had some competition with her kayaking. And her husband started, getting better from Epstein-Barr, if that's how you would say that. He went in, I don't know, what do you call that? Remission? I don't know. But next thing you know, he's now competing as a dragon boat caller with corporate dragon boats. I didn't even know these things existed. Anyway, next thing you know, these people went from grandma and great grandma and grandpa, everything looking hindsight in the past to looking in the future as contemporaries, as contemporary people, like current, and looking at their future as healthy, vibrant, active people. I looked around the house and I said, and this was over the process of about 3 years, but between the first home and when I came to see the second home. So they started working on it, and then somewhere in the middle there, they bought the next home. And so I go to the house and I said, if I would have told you 3 years ago in great grandma's house down by the lake where you lived, what you need to get rid of all these antiques, and you need some wetsuits drying on a garment rack, and you need a bucket of oars over there, and a tandem kayak, and a single kayak, and she would have been, and goo packs, and ball caps, and she said, yeah, I would have thought you were crazy. So, but now her life is working for her. She had consciously chose the stuff in her house, the stuff that's working for her in her future and in her present. Okay? So I want you to start thinking about the stuff you inherit. Is it working for you? Is it a guilt trip? We can't have any guilt. If there's guilt in the stuff in the house, there's guilt in your life. It's holding you back, holding you back. Sentimental is fine unless it's starting to impinge upon your ultimate dream future. People think I'm like throw everything away. I'm not a throw everything away. I'm a throw whatever isn't working for you away. I don't care what it is. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. So be bold in life. You got your one chance, your one shot at it. Don't be sitting around amongst stuff that you feel obligated and guilted over keeping. Okay? I'm begging you to not waste time on stuff. If stuff is important, that's the stuff that you keep. But if it's now more important than what you really asking for in life, consider making room for this new opportunity. And that might mean letting go of the stuff. I'm telling you, guilt is a hanger-oner of slow-moving, backwards churning energy. Looking back, some other things that when you look back is if you have mirrors on the headboard wall of your bed, above your bed, or anywhere on the headboard wall would be mirrors behind you, always looking back. Let's see here. So getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of the past, things that don't serve your future, mirrors on the headboard wall. Let's see here. What else do I want to throw in there? Well, I think you get the idea. But if you can picture your dream, what do you want to do in your future? And maybe you're just like, I don't know, I just have a little small dream. Literally getting rid of some of the stuff will actually give you the opportunity to dream bigger as well. So many times my decluttering needing clients they can't even see the forest through the trees. They just think that they're locked into this life and this is the way it is and this is the way it should be, and I don't dare to do anything otherwise. This is what the neighborhood and the town and the city and my family, this is what we do. If you're okay with that, nothing, no skin off my nose about that. I just want to say that maybe there's a possibility that if you clear the path, you'll dare to dream a life that really is coming from a passion and that is an energizing dream, as opposed to sort of this flat line across the board thing. Whether it's a health goal, financial goal, maybe moving somewhere else, maybe just the thought of moving. I've always thought about living in France or whatever, but I can't. Look at all this stuff. Where is the stuff holding you back? So that's my little tip for you. Long story short, yeah, everything worked out great for this vibrant, they got their hippie back, vibrant couple. And so hopefully maybe she'll watch the video and comment below, but feel free to comment below. And if you'd like to get a consultation with me, I do telephone consultations and I do on-site consultations all around the world. So feel free to click on the links below And I look forward to hopefully seeing you in the future. Or if you just want to have a question for me, I have a Move Your Stuff with Karen program that where we chat on the phone a couple times a month in a group setting, and you can ask questions there. So go to moveitwithkaren.com, click on the link, you'll get a free webinar, and you'll get access to the website, and you'll be able to find, I don't know, all the different ways I can help you through feng shui. But hopefully this story is helpful. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more stories and other tips, and I look forward to hearing your success story about what happened when you got your stuff around you to match your dream ultimate future, and you've lost the guilt and probably lost the weight along with it. All right, good luck and happy storytelling. Bye.